You have been lied to about your eyes. For decades, we have been told that eating a few carrots is all it takes to keep our vision sharp. And when that inevitably fails, we are told that cataracts, macular degeneration, and blurry vision are just a normal part of getting older. You go to the eye doctor because you are struggling to read the fine print on your medicine bottles. You tell them about the blinding halos around streetlights when you try to drive at night. You tell them your eyes feel tired, gritty, and constantly strained. And what do they say? They tell you to just wait. They tell you to wait until the cataract gets thick enough, cloudy enough, and bad enough to justify an expensive, invasive surgery. That is not healthcare. That is passive, terrifying, and completely unnecessary. By the time you start noticing those halos and that hazy film over your vision, your eyes have already lost up to 20% of their cellular defenses. A silent, destructive process is happening inside your eyes right now, multiplying every single day, and nobody in the mainstream medical establishment is telling you how to stop it. But what if I told you that the secret to preventing cataracts, reversing daily eye damage, and restoring crystal clear vision doesn't cost thousands of dollars? What if the exact nutrients your eyes are starving for cost literally pennies a day, and they are hiding right now in your local grocery store? Today, I am going to reveal 6 incredible seeds that contain the most powerful vision-restoring compounds on Earth. I have ranked them from number 6 all the way down to the undisputed number 1 seed for eye health. And I am going to show you exactly how to prepare them, because if you eat them the way most people do, you are flushing all their benefits straight down the drain. But first, we need to understand the invisible enemy stealing your sight. It is a process called lipid peroxidation. Think of a sliced apple left out on the kitchen counter. Within minutes, it turns brown, shrivels, and decays. That is oxidation. Now, imagine that exact same rusting process happening to the delicate lens of your eye. Your eyes are highly concentrated with fatty acids and water. When free radicals attack those fats, they oxidize, they rust. They turn cloudy. That cloud is what we call a cataract. Your eyes have a natural defense against this rusting process. It is a master antioxidant called glutathione. When you are young, your eyes are absolutely bathed in glutathione. It acts like an invisible shield, neutralizing every free radical before it can damage your lens. But as we age, as we are exposed to blue light from our phones, UV rays, and environmental toxins, our glutathione levels plummet. When your glutathione drops, lipid peroxidation takes over and your vision begins to fade. Conventional advice tells you to just take a synthetic eye vitamin. But here is the frustrating truth. Synthetic vitamins completely fail to penetrate the blood-retinal barrier. You swallow a pill, your liver destroys most of it through first-pass metabolism, and your body absorbs less than 10%. The vitamins pass right through your digestive tract, while your eyes remain completely starved of the very nutrients they need. You cannot fix a biological problem with a synthetic, isolated chemical. You need nutrients delivered in their natural food matrix, perfectly packaged with the exact enzymes required for deep cellular absorption. And that brings us to our very first vision saver. Seed number 6 is the humble sunflower seed. Now, you might be thinking, sunflower seeds? I see those everywhere. How can something so common be a miracle for my eyes? The magic of the sunflower seed lies in its massive concentration of natural vitamin E. But not the synthetic D-alpha tocopherol you find in cheap supplements. Sunflower seeds contain the entire full-spectrum vitamin E complex. The lens of your eye relies heavily on vitamin E to stop lipid peroxidation in its tracks. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant, meaning it actually embeds itself into the fatty cellular membranes of your eye. Once there, it acts like a microscopic bodyguard. When a free radical tries to oxidize your lens, vitamin E sacrifices itself, neutralizing the threat and keeping your lens perfectly transparent. Studies show that individuals with the highest dietary intake of natural vitamin E have a significantly lower risk of developing nuclear cataracts, the most common type of cataract that forms deep in the center of the lens. But here is where almost everyone makes a massive mistake. If you buy roasted, salted sunflower seeds in a plastic bag and just snack on them, you are getting almost zero vision benefits. Worse, you might be harming your digestion. Raw sunflower seeds are coated in something called phytic acid. Phytic acid is an anti-nutrient. It is nature's way of keeping the seed dormant until it is planted in the ground. If you eat phytic acid, it binds to the minerals in your gut and prevents you from absorbing them. To unlock the vision-protecting power of sunflower seeds, you must soak them. Take a handful of raw, unsalted sunflower seeds and place them in a glass of water with a single squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Leave them on your counter overnight. The slight acidity of the lemon water entirely breaks down the phytic acid. In the morning, rinse them off. You have now awakened the seed. The enzymes are active, the vitamin E is highly bioavailable, and it is ready to be absorbed directly into your bloodstream and carried straight to your eyes. Eat just 2 tablespoons of these soaked seeds a day, and within 7 days, you will start building a fortress of vitamin E around your lenses. But vitamin E alone isn't enough. If you want to actually transport heavy-hitting nutrients deep into the retina, you need a very specific delivery system. And if you think sunflower seeds are helpful, wait until you see the zinc bomb hiding in seed number 5. Seed number 5 is the pumpkin seed. To understand why pumpkin seeds are absolutely critical for your vision, you need to know a strange biological fact. The highest concentration of zinc anywhere in the human body is found directly inside your eye, specifically in the retina and the choroid, the vascular layer under the retina. Why does your eye hoard zinc like treasure? Because zinc is the ultimate delivery boy for vitamin A. You have probably heard that vitamin A is good for your eyes. But what nobody tells you is that vitamin A is completely useless on its own. Vitamin A is stored in your liver. In order to travel from your liver up to your retina, it requires a transport protein. And your body cannot create that transport protein without a massive amount of zinc. If you are deficient in zinc, you can eat all the carrots and sweet potatoes in the world, and that vitamin A will just sit trapped in your liver. Your eyes will slowly starve in the dark. This is the hidden root cause of night blindness. If you find yourself terrified of driving at night because the road completely disappears in the shadows, you likely have a profound zinc deficiency. Furthermore, once zinc successfully delivers vitamin A to the retina, it helps produce melanin, a protective pigment that shields your eye from the harsh ultraviolet rays of the sun. Pumpkin seeds are one of the most dense bioavailable sources of plant-based zinc on the planet. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds provides nearly 3 milligrams of highly absorbable zinc, alongside a rich dose of copper. This is vital because taking synthetic zinc supplements often depletes your copper levels, creating a dangerous imbalance. Pumpkin seeds provide the exact nature-designed ratio of zinc to copper. To prepare pumpkin seeds for maximum eye health, you want to lightly toast them. Unlike sunflower seeds, light heat actually helps release the zinc from the cellular walls of the pumpkin seed, but I mean light heat. Do not blast them in a 400-degree oven until they are brown, or you will destroy the delicate oils. Toss raw pumpkin seeds in a pan on medium-low heat for just 5 to 7 minutes until they start to gently pop. Sprinkle them on your salads or eat them as a midday snack. So, now we have protected the lens with vitamin E, and we have fueled the retina with zinc. But what about the surface of the eye? What happens when your eyes feel like they are filled with sand? This brings us to seed number 4, the ancient omega powerhouse, flax seeds. Chronic dry eye is not just an annoyance, it is a severe medical vulnerability. When your eyes are dry, they are in a constant state of low-grade inflammation. Over time, this inflammation damages the cornea and accelerates the exact oxidative stress that leads to cataracts. Every time you blink, a microscopic layer of tears is supposed to wash over your eye to protect it. But this tear film is complex. It consists of a water layer, a mucus layer, and a crucial outer lipid layer, which is an oil layer. This oil is produced by tiny glands in your eyelids called the meibomian glands. If you don't have enough high-quality fats in your diet, this oil becomes thick and sludgy. The meibomian glands get blocked. Without that outer oil layer, the watery part of your tears evaporates into the air within seconds. You are left with burning, gritty, exhausted eyes. Flax seeds are the ultimate solution to this problem. They are incredibly rich in alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a highly anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acid. When you consume flax seeds, that ALA goes to work systematically reducing systemic inflammation. More importantly, it thins out the sludgy oil in your meibomian glands. Suddenly, the oil flows freely again. Every time you blink, a perfect, smooth layer of protective lipid spreads over your eye, locking in the moisture. People who suffer from agonizing dry eyes often report noticeable, life-changing relief within just 1 to 2 weeks of adding flax seeds to their daily routine. But flax seeds come with a massive warning label. You must never eat them whole. Whole flax seeds have an incredibly tough outer shell. If you sprinkle whole flax seeds into your oatmeal or your smoothie, they will pass entirely undigested through your gastrointestinal tract. You will get absolutely zero omega-3s. To unlock the vision-saving oils inside, you must grind them. But do not buy pre-ground flaxseed meal from the grocery store. The moment a flaxseed is ground and exposed to oxygen, those fragile omega-3 oils begin to go rancid. Eating rancid fats actually causes the lipid peroxidation we are trying to stop. Instead, buy whole flax seeds. Keep them in your refrigerator. Every morning, take 1 tablespoon and put it into a cheap coffee grinder. Pulse it for 10 seconds until it becomes a fine powder, and immediately mix it into your yogurt, your oatmeal, or your water. You are now delivering fresh, unoxidized omega-3s straight to your tear glands. Now, we are making incredible progress, but there is a silent destroyer of eye health that we haven't talked about yet. It is the very thing making your lens swell, distorting your vision, and accelerating cataracts faster than almost anything else. I am talking about blood sugar. And that is why seed number 3 is the tiny black seed that fights sugar damage, chia seeds. You might think of chia seeds as just a trendy superfood, but their application for eye health is profoundly backed by science. Here is what happens when you eat a meal high in refined carbohydrates or sugars. Your blood sugar spikes. When glucose levels in your blood rise, the excess sugar actually physically enters the lens of your eye. The lens absorbs this sugar and converts it into a substance called sorbitol. Sorbitol pulls water into the lens, causing it to physically swell. This swelling changes the shape of the lens, which is why people with fluctuating blood sugar often experience sudden bouts of blurry vision. Over time, this constant swelling and shrinking damages the delicate proteins inside the lens. The proteins begin to clump together. This process, called glycation, is a fast track to cataract formation. Chia seeds are nature's ultimate blood sugar regulator. They are packed with a unique type of soluble fiber. When chia seeds meet liquid, they absorb up to 12 times their weight in water, forming a thick, gelatinous gel. When you consume this chia gel before or during a meal, it coats the lining of your stomach and intestines. This dramatically slows down the breakdown of carbohydrates and the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. Instead of a massive, destructive spike in blood glucose, you get a slow, steady, manageable trickle. By keeping your blood sugar completely stable, chia seeds protect your eye lenses from swelling and prevent the vicious cycle of glycation. Furthermore, chia seeds are exceptionally high in a specific antioxidant called quercetin. Quercetin has been proven in clinical studies to directly inhibit the enzyme that converts glucose into sorbitol inside the eye. So not only does chia lower the sugar spike, it actively stops the sugar from damaging the lens. To use chia seeds for your eyes, you must hydrate them first. Never eat raw, dry chia seeds, as they can absorb the moisture from your esophagus and cause blockages. Take 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and mix them vigorously into a glass of water, almond milk, or kefir. Let it sit for about 15 minutes until it forms a thick pudding. Eat this daily, and you are building an impenetrable shield against sugar-induced vision loss. We are getting to the absolute top of the list. These next 2 seeds are so powerful, their effects on the vascular system of the eye are nothing short of miraculous. Seed number 2 is the red-tinted vision saver, grape seeds. Now, you are not going to sit around eating whole grape seeds because they are incredibly bitter and tough. We are talking about grapeseed extract, or cold-milled grapeseed powder. To understand the sheer power of the grapeseed, you have to look at the back of your eye. The macula is the tiny, highly sensitive center of your retina, responsible for your sharpest, most detailed vision. It allows you to read, to recognize faces, and to see vibrant colors. The macula requires a massive, constant supply of oxygen and nutrients. To deliver this, the back of your eye is fed by a microscopic network of tiny blood vessels called capillaries. These capillaries are thinner than a human hair. As we age, due to high blood pressure, stress, and poor diet, the walls of these tiny capillaries become weak and brittle. They start to leak fluid and blood directly into the retina. This leakage literally suffocates the macular cells. This is the exact mechanism behind macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy, 2 of the leading causes of permanent blindness. Grape seeds contain a concentrated dose of the most powerful vascular protectors in the natural world, called oligomeric proanthocyanidins, or OPCs. OPCs are phenomenal biochemical compounds. When you consume grapeseed extract, these OPCs hunt down the weakened blood vessels in your eyes. They actually bind to the collagen inside the capillary walls, cross-linking the fibers to make them incredibly strong, flexible, and completely leak-proof. Studies have shown that just 300 milligrams of grapeseed extract a day dramatically improves ocular blood flow and reduces visual fatigue. People who stare at computer screens all day report a massive reduction in eye strain, simply because the grapeseed is opening up the microcirculation, allowing fresh oxygen to rush back into the starving ocular tissues. If you want to incorporate this, you can find high-quality, cold-pressed grapeseed powder or a pure extract supplement. Look for a label that guarantees at least 95% OPCs. Add a quarter teaspoon of the powder to a morning smoothie. You won't even taste it, but within weeks, the structural integrity of your eye's blood vessels will be vastly reinforced. And now we have arrived at the pinnacle. We have protected the lens, fed the retina, lubricated the surface, stabilized the blood sugar, and reinforced the blood vessels. But what about the ultimate root cause? What about the glutathione depletion we talked about at the very beginning? What is the single most powerful seed on earth to reverse the rusting of the eye? Seed number 1 is the master restorer, Nigella sativa, commonly known as black cumin seed. For thousands of years, ancient medical texts referred to black seed as the cure for everything but death. Modern science is finally catching up, and the clinical data regarding black seed and eye health is absolutely staggering. The secret weapon inside black seed is a uniquely powerful phytochemical called thymoquinone. Thymoquinone is a biological anomaly. It is one of the very few natural compounds on Earth proven to directly cross the blood-retinal barrier and directly stimulate the liver and ocular tissues to ramp up their production of glutathione. Remember, glutathione is the master antioxidant that keeps the lens of your eye perfectly clear. When you consume black seed, the thymoquinone acts like a biochemical switch. It signals your body to start producing youthful levels of glutathione once again. It literally floods the eye with the exact compound needed to stop lipid peroxidation cold. But the benefits of black seed don't stop there. Thymoquinone is also a profound neuroprotector. Your optic nerve is the critical cable that connects your eye to your brain. If the optic nerve gets damaged by high pressure, a condition known as glaucoma, vision loss is permanent. Clinical studies have demonstrated that the compounds in black seed reduce oxidative damage to the optic nerve, preserving the vital communication between your eyes and your brain. This tiny jet black seed flatly contradicts what most doctors believe is possible with natural foods. It addresses the degradation of the eye at the deepest, most fundamental cellular level. So, how do you take it? Black seeds have a strong, peppery, medicinal taste. You can buy whole black seeds, lightly crush them in a mortar and pestle to release the essential oils, and mix half a teaspoon with a spoonful of raw, unpasteurized honey. The honey acts as a perfect carrier, driving the thymoquinone quickly into your cells. Alternatively, you can purchase pure, cold-pressed black seed oil. Take 1 single teaspoon every morning on an empty stomach. Now you possess the knowledge of the 6 most powerful vision-saving seeds on the planet. But knowledge without action is useless. You don't need to choose just one of these seeds. In fact, combining them creates a synergistic effect that multiplies their healing power. I want to challenge you to try the Ultimate Vision Seed Protocol for the next 7 days. It takes less than 2 minutes a day, it costs mere pennies, and it will flood your eyes with every single nutrient we have discussed today. Here is exactly what you do. Every Sunday night, take half a cup of raw sunflower seeds, place them in a jar of water with a squeeze of lemon, and leave them on the counter overnight to destroy the phytic acid. On Monday morning, rinse them well and keep them in a sealed container in your fridge. They are now your activated base. Each morning, grab a small bowl. Add 1 tablespoon of your activated sunflower seeds. Next, add 1 tablespoon of lightly toasted pumpkin seeds for your zinc. Now, take 1 tablespoon of whole flax seeds, grind them fresh in your coffee grinder, and add the powder to the bowl. Toss in 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Pour half a cup of your favorite unsweetened almond milk, coconut milk, or kefir over the top. Stir it thoroughly and let it sit for 10 minutes so the chia seeds can create their protective gel. Finally, stir in a 1/4 teaspoon of grapeseed powder and top it off with half a teaspoon of crushed black cumin seeds mixed with a dab of honey. Eat this vision seed bowl every single morning. Within the first 24 to 48 hours, the chia gel will begin stabilizing your blood sugar, stopping the daily swelling of your lens. By day 4, the fresh omega-3s from the ground flax will thin out your meibomian glands, and you will notice your eyes feel remarkably less dry and irritated. By day 7, the heavy-hitting zinc, vitamin E, and thymoquinone will have saturated your retinal tissues. Your natural glutathione production will be climbing. Over the coming weeks and months, the structural integrity of your macular blood vessels will strengthen. The oxidative rusting of your lens will grind to a halt. You will notice the halos around streetlights diminishing. The fine print on the medicine bottles will start to sharpen. You do not have to be a victim of fading vision. You do not have to wait passively for your eyes to fail just because a doctor tells you it is normal. Your body has an incredible, miraculous ability to heal and regenerate itself, but only if you provide it with the exact raw materials it desperately needs. Take control of your health today. Go to the grocery store, gather these seeds, and start the protocol tomorrow morning. Your eyes will thank you for the rest of your life. If this video opened your eyes to the truth about natural vision health, do not keep this a secret. Share this video with a friend or family member who is struggling with their sight. Hit the like button so the algorithm pushes this life-saving information to more people who need it. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because in our next video, I am going to reveal the top 5 worst foods you are eating right now that are secretly accelerating macular degeneration. You won't want to miss it. Stay healthy, stay empowered, and I will see you in the next